Mount Etna in Sicily, Mount Fuji in Japan, Kilauea in Hawaii. Volcanoes are some of the most stunning landscapes on planet Earth, and some of the most dangerous. While most people flee potential eruptions, researcher Jeff Mackley studies volcanoes. On this day, he's in Sicily, making his way to the craters on Mount Etna.
It's the middle of winter. Was snowing. Was 20 below zero.
With the freezing weather at the top of Etna, he elects not to wear his heat-resistant suit.
I was simply in a big rush. It was nearly dark, and we only had a few minutes to film. You've got to take half your clothes off and your boots off, and putting that heat suit on is quite a drama. You managed to get right up to the very edge of the crater that was blasting all the molten rock out. It was just perfect. Perfect lighting, perfect everything. And then all hell broke loose.
You have a front row seat on an exploding volcano. What do you do to survive the eruption? Should you A. Immediately get onto the ground to avoid the flying debris? B. Get behind a large rock or boulder for protection? Or C. Turn and run as far away as possible? Before you answer, you better know what you're up against.
A volcano is heat coming up from the Earth's interior. If we go all the way to the center of the Earth, part of the outer core is liquid iron. The main way we see that heat flow is when hot rock rises up, decompresses, turns to magma, and erupts on the surface.
Active volcanoes can spew out ash, toxic gases, and lava, with temperatures as high as 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. Those gases combine with water in the atmosphere to produce acid rain, a killer of crops and livestock. A large ash cloud can span continents, blotting out the sun, dropping global temperatures for months. But at ground zero on Mount Etna, the effects are immediate and deadly.
Etna is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. There's hardly a year goes by you don't have eruptions. So this is a place where you're really taking a lot of chances when you're up there during one of its eruptions.
Mount Etna has so many different types of behaviour, which is why I like going there. It's got 4 different craters up the top, and they all have amazing eruptions from giant columns of lava blasting into the air.
Tourists commonly die on the top of Mount Etna if you blow things up in the air, and let's say it's the size of a basketball, and it comes back down and hits you. So it's mainly death by bombardment. Hunks of rock, hunks of magma blown out of the volcano landing on people.
Explosive heat and molten projectiles rain down all around you. How do you survive an encounter with an erupting volcano? Explosive heat and molten projectiles rain down all around you. How do you survive an encounter with an erupting volcano? You need protection from that flying debris. So B is correct. Get behind a large rock or boulder to shield yourself.
In a volcanic eruption, you want protection wherever you can get it. If there's a ridge there, some hilly terrain, something to hide behind, that's going to protect you from a lot of the problems.
If you choose A, lie flat, or C, run, you're exposing yourself to the worst a volcano has to offer.
When material's being thrown up in the air, it's coming back down, and there's a good chance it's going to land on you.
The temperature of molten lava is roughly 1900 degrees Fahrenheit. If you've got large rocks of that temperature falling on you, you are going to have a bad day.
Caught off guard, Jeff panics.
The idea is to put as much distance between us and the danger. But it's probably not the best thing to do. You're really only running from one place of extreme danger to another.
Luck is on Jeff's side. None of the molten hailstones hit him. But would he have been safer in a protective suit? True or false? If Jeff had been wearing his heat-resistant suit, it would have protected him from flying lava. The answer? True, but only in small amounts, and it wouldn't have saved him here.
It could have been a much larger burst, and the big rocks coming down on him, or a big blob of magma, and that suit would have meant nothing. In fact, where he was, there are tourists killed there every few years by the same kinds of events that he just narrowly missed dying from. If this is one of the things he does routinely, he will not live out his normal lifespan.
Volcanic explosions kill curious tourists every year. If you venture near an active volcano, remember, eruptions are unpredictable. Never stand near a venting crevasse. If an explosion sends flaming debris your way, get behind a large rock or other barrier. And the best protection against a volcano's fury? Just stay far away.
The safest place to be during an eruption is as far away from the volcano as possible. I was unfortunately too close, but we live to film another day.